So this weekend, I ran through a full stress obliterator session with Philippe in his house. I want to say a massive thank you to him. It was such an amazing and incredible experience. This video was shot just after the session was done. Again, thank you, brother. She got a little bit over 1 degree. Felt amazing coming out of it, actually. I actually felt pretty good while I was in there eventually. Bit cold to start with.
So good. I'm gonna play some Pura music. Okay? You can stay there as long as you want. Okay?
Cool.
But I always tell people stay at least 3 minutes. Okay? This gives you enough time for you to relax and enjoy the benefits. But
Cool.
a lot of people just want to stay longer. If you want it, you are welcome to.
Cool.
Okay?
What I may end up doing is after the 3 minutes, stand up, then sit back down. Is I found that's it works for me. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But
if
I'll
you
do the
want,
3 minutes
if you want
straight.
to place your head after.
Yep. Okay.
It's all
Cool.
good.
Cool. I was
You know?
going to ask that.
Yeah,
Perfect.
you can. And man, right now I'd like for you to move around. Okay?
Cool.
Once you get out of there, we're gonna come up, both of us. We're gonna come onto the grass to ground ourselves, and then we're gonna start to move. Okay? You're gonna bend your knees so your leg gets moved as well. The flow. Okay? So, are you ready?
I am ready.
All right, man. So whenever you are.
We don't stand on that?
Nope.
Good.
Nope. Right. Okay. Once again.
Yep.
Right, left, and sit. Okay. Let's go. There we go. Now just close your eyes. Listen to the music. Try to place your head.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, this was harder than I expected. Honestly, I expected to jump in, get into flow state, and be perfect. But right now, my body was screaming, "Get out! Get out!"
That's it. Close your eyes. Just relax.
Oh, Christ! Okay, all jokes aside, right here, my brain is screaming, you know you can get out if you want to. You know, all you have to do is stand up, and you're out, and it's over. I'm glad I didn't.
Try to rest your head like that. If you can.
And actually, something strange began to happen about here. I began to relax and accept where I was and what was happening. The cold was still there, but you were able to be with it. Philippe's wonderful voice, encouraging and guiding you. You sort of accepted where you are. You've run through the process. You've run through the breathing techniques. I'm not going to say at this point it was comfortable, but I could certainly, my hands were shaking there. I was actually looking at it and to me it looked like it was shaking so much. But still at this point, I was kind of okay with where I was. My beautiful wife's on the camera there. She was pointing out the ice behind us, and there was literally chunks of ice floating in this freezer. About here, I'm actually fairly comfortable with where I am and what's going on. Again, I'm not going to say I'm warm. I'm not going to say it's easy, but I was fairly okay by here. I'd sort of given myself the goal that I wanted to be in there, not just 3 minutes, but at least 4 minutes, because you know me. Ended up staying a fair bit longer. I had actually joked, before, what's the goal? How long has anyone stayed in? I think Philippe had it in there about 10. I had joked that I'd go for that, but no, it stopped seeming important. So here, Philippe has actually put on an Icarus, an ayahuasca Icarus. I did ayahuasca in Peru some time ago, and I actually recognized a lot of the words here. And what's funny is with the music going, it kind of completely transported me out of that painful place, like out of the cold. And I actually was fairly happy and was singing and, dare I say it, kind of enjoying myself there. It was very beautiful. Anyone that's worked with Madre, there's a place you'll come to. It's almost you're on the way out. You've been through the journey, the hard work, and like you're still slightly there. And that's fairly well how I felt. Like I'm fairly comfortable at this point. You've gone through the hard part, and you're almost there. You're on your way out, and it's fine, and it's perfect, and it's beautiful, and you feel better than you did before getting through this journey. And I've sort of made the decision, okay, that was it, that was perfect, that was beautiful. There's one in every crowd. Not sure why, it just felt like the thing to do. And you'll notice jumping in this time, like there was almost no adaptation period. Like it was just straight in, and Philippe said, hey, lay back, and I've sort of actually realized I could stretch out. And whilst that was fairly comfortable a position, I sort of have this strange thing, like I can't meditate laying down. To me, that sort of feels more like sleeping rather than doing the work. So I kind of needed to be in an upright position. I didn't actually realize how far my shoulders were out of the water. Next time I'll have them a bit further in. But for me, I sort of needed to have that sitting up experience. Strange, but it's true. At this point, I've gone through and went through the gentle, warming up exercises again, and then actually started doing some some kung fu, which I just started studying, and a little bit of Tai Chi just to sort of get the blood flowing again. It was something fairly interesting. As I say, I've just started kung fu, and we were doing some fairly strenuous leg work and position holds. And as I had walked through the door that day, I was very aware of how stiff and how sore my legs were. You know, like delayed onset muscle soreness. From the moment I jumped out, that was completely gone, 100% gone. There was literally no inflammation or soreness within the muscles whatsoever. Now, it came back slightly the next morning, but I'd say it was 10% of what it was before. It was a truly amazing experience there with Philippe and his wife. Everything from the breath work, the holotropic breathing, the meditation, the music, the environment, everything about it. You just felt it was friendly. You just felt welcomed and supported and safe. I can't recommend it enough. It was an amazing experience. I would recommend this to everybody, to anybody.